What's going on, Libra? Welcome to your weekly forecast for the week of September 21st through the 27th of 2020. We got the sun moving into your first house. So there's definitely a light shining here, an illumination of your identity and your drive and where you want to go and what you want to build and how you want to create it. And, really trying to focus on what brings you the ultimate in life here. And of course, with Mars retrograde in your seventh house, it's definitely a time to get relationships in order that align with your identity in the ultimate way here. And to make sure that you're putting your drive and energy into relationships that give it to you back, because if there's no balance in this, it's going to feel like relationships are just really stuck and stagnant and moving backwards even. So the ones that are meant to be and align with you are meant to be, and they align with you for a reason, and you got to trust that and not get too hung up on any sort of partnerships or relationships that aren't bringing you an ultimate harmony, because it's time to focus on you. And there's a lot, Libra. Like, you got your angles, minus your 10th house. Like, everything's filled up here with the 4th house and the 7th house. Of course, your 4th house is going through a huge, structural, foundational rebuild here with Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto. And that Mars retrograde in your 7th house is going to square even tighter to Saturn this week as it starts to pick up the speed moving in reverse here. So there's a lot about really building the strongest foundation you can to go forward with and find the relationships that bring you harmony and go forward with those. And the blocks are going to come up for things that don't align with your soul's foundation and where you're destined to build from. And it is time to focus on the emotions too. Of course, we have Mercury in opposition to Mars in your first house with your 7th house. So I think relationships are on your mind in a big way right now. But again, focus on the ones that bring you the most. And of course, this Mercury is going to square Saturn this week. So, it's a lot about your emotions, and if things don't align with your identity and like doing too much for others, you got to think about yourself, and you got to be able to communicate what you truly want and how you want to, and truly communicate your emotions here too. And then Mercury is going to transit into your 2nd house here, so on Sunday into Scorpio. So again, focusing on values is very important, and focusing on the reality you want to create and being confident in your message is a big thing too. And you're going to have the first quarter square of the moon in your 4th house of Capricorn as well. So definitely a time to truly manifest from a place of your identity and from the emotions and from deep within yourself to build up from there as this year progresses and as the month progresses too, and the weeks. So definitely a powerful time to get the emotions in check with what you truly want to create with others and with yourself. And of course, the house that's empty is your 10th house. So it is about reaching higher right now and doing all the foundational work with people and yourself to get to the top in life. So big energy there. And of course, midweek, we have a Yod to Venus in your 11th house. So people are very important right now too. And it's Neptune in sextile with Jupiter. So your 6th house, your 4th house, and they're both quincunxing Venus in your 11th house here. So it's very important to make sure that you're focusing on groups and people in your life that are helping you innovate the reality you want, and to not, to bring you the value in groups too. Like they have to value you. People have to value you for who you are, and you have to value people for who they are. And if that's not clicking, it's going to show, and there's not going to be the value there. So there's definitely a powerful pull towards making sure you're aligning with people and groups that are helping you innovate and figure out, how you're going to get to the top too. And it's definitely coming in that stage where you got to make sure that you're doing, what feels right with you. And that's where you're going to have the energy to push. And it could be difficult. I'm not going to lie. This Libra season could be a little hard, but it's almost like forcing you to find that ultimate foundation, and to make sure that people and relationships are aligned right. And it's going to feel like a big shift this week into that kind of energy. We got the 8 of Swords upright for you. So I think, you might feel binded to, subconscious or even conscious things in your mind. Like you're kind of like thinking that you're stuck maybe, but this is a time to, break free. There's this card always gets me because it's like the ropes are always so loose. Like you could probably just wiggle out, and it's almost like you put these like restraints on yourself and maybe restraints with other people in your life. But you got to break free of those restraints and truly harness your passion and your love and your drive and your identity and your soul and where you want to go, and make sure that, anything that's holding you back and making you think that like you have to do, that you're stuck. I mean, you're really not stuck. You really have all the power in the world to go deep within and to come up from that and to get out of anything. So definitely, it's definitely time to make sure that you're mentally strong enough to get out of any situations that feel like they're holding you back, because they might come up here. There's a lot in your angular houses, so it's very much cardinal signs are going to go through it. And I think the more mentally strong you are and the more will you have to do what's best for your soul and your identity and who you are, and to align yourself with people that help build you up for what you want, the less stuck you'll be, and the more and the stronger that foundation will be moving forward. So I do hope that that's helpful, Libra. I love you guys very much, and happy birthday to you Libras too, to the Libra sun signs out there. So definitely moving into birthday season for you guys, and I wish you nothing but the best. I love you very much. Peace.